I have found some cases online, successful cases where relapse hasn't happened.
He usually operates on people whose movements are big.
Bimaxillary osteotomy and GNO may lead to dissatisfaction. Hi guys, just got sent a medical report from Team Lloyd. Yesterday's consultation I had. I'm looking forward to reading what he said. Hoping it won't be too meh. Mere complaints of a sharp sudden short pain within TMJ movement function should deny any associated symptoms related to muscle spasm. I would advise that there is no evidence to support that their symptoms are related to a skeletal relationship or asymmetry, and furthermore, surgery on her mandible may take jaw joint symptoms worse. I've advised that this is a separate issue and she may like to see Mr. Lukasco in regards to TMJ symptoms. Maria has maxillary protrusion and also shows no upper incisor rest and almost a full crown on smiling. Her skeletal discrepancy and panfacial asymmetry are mild. Bimaxillary osteotomy and GNO may lead to dissatisfaction. She may like to consider left foot advancement and inferior positioning, approximately 4 millimeters. And this will prefer incisor relationship at rest, small aesthetics, and her chin point to auto-rotate back and accept the mild asymmetry. I've emphasized the need to have a clear realistic expectations. Similar to the overall search, more likely to be small, and this case has a high risk of dissatisfaction. Great.
Okay, I think I have to take this information with a grain of salt. He's quite pessimistic and he's trying to be realistic, which is what I would be if I was a surgeon. I would want no bullshit or anything. So as far as I understand, I don't know if you got anything from what I was reading, but I don't even need to be fully decompensated for the surgery, because if full decompensation is achieved, it will be difficult to make the movements he wants with my maxilla, downward and forward. Obviously, I will have to send this information to my orthodontist after I have another consultation with a different surgeon next week. But if I'm to go with this approach, I'll have to, as far as I understand, I'll have to rotate my incisors, upper incisors, in a way that my lip to incisor relationship improves. And then when they move my maxilla forward and downward, that should make my smile more what it should look like. And that should also improve my chin stuff. It says that it will auto-rotate some chin related stuff. So I still have so many mixed feelings. I don't know, this vlog is going to be all over the place, I think. I'm just trying to be honest with stuff, and he's trying to be honest with stuff, and this is my experience, and it's freaking fucking confusing, and I'm not sure what to think of it yet. Hey guys, so I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere and there is a forest on the side, but that looks amazing, by the way. I wish I lived next to like a freaking forest. But we are about to see 2 ginger kittens and a black one, Maine Coon, full breed, by the way. I'm really excited about it, but this time around my partner wants to be extra cautious and he'll be asking all the necessary questions that need to be asked, license numbers, all that stuff. So we're going to play good cop, bad cop, and I'll be the good cop because I really want the kitten, but we'll see what happens. Don't look at me like that. Hey you guys, so something crazy happened and I'm here to present you our new addition. I'm in love with all of them already, and I didn't expect my boyfriend will do that, but he is going crazy about this as much as myself. I cannot wait to see how Lynette will react to this. I really got. You really don't need to be scared. Don't be scared.
Was that him?
No, it was Lynette.
What? I've never heard that sound before.
He is such a calm cat compared to Lynette, who goes crazy about everything. They're going to have a good time. Oh, Lynette, are you okay? Don't be scared, darling.
She just... So she's dominant.
You really don't need to be scared. Don't be scared.
Look at it like that.
So So these two are trying to get used to each other and it's hilarious. Lynette is proper curious but also like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this new animal?
Hey guys, it is Sunday. It's been 3 days since I had that consultation and yeah, I've definitely been feeling really down about the whole thing, really pessimistic and at loss as to how to proceed with everything. And I thought, well, I can't just go back. Like, I know something's wrong with me, and this decompensation started to show more and more of the discrepancy. I just can't go back. I don't want to go back. I know that reversing everything that worked for would be a massive mistake, and I want to proceed with everything regardless of the fact that the risks are high. Even if it does relapse, look, I'm thinking at the end of the day, I've tried and I've done it, and I just want to live with that as opposed to not going ahead with anything and, you know, just feeling crap about it. And I've started to look more into cases, minor cases, delicate cases like mine, in order to try and understand whether what he said was true, and I know it's true. However, I have found some cases online, successful cases where relapse hasn't happened. It was very similar cases to mine where only top jaw was moved in an underbite scenario, and the results are really good. The results are so good, and I'm basically trying to persuade myself to be on the positive side. That meeting, I don't know what that surgeon meeting on Thursday really brought me down, man. I know that like we have to be realistic and stuff, and it's good to be realistic. However, I think he focused a lot on the fact that he wouldn't do it if he was given a choice. Like, he wouldn't do it, he wouldn't suggest it. And even in the letter that he sent over to me, it was a really negative statement. It was really contradictory, and that's what's bugging me as well. I'm really not feeling great about anything anymore. I'm really happy that I made a decision to see 2 other surgeons, because I think my case would be more complicated as opposed to very straightforward cases with like really bad malocclusions where movements are like just fairly straightforward and nothing much to think about. But with delicate cases like mine, I think surgeons would take cases like mine with a grain of salt, because I understand them. If I was a surgeon and if a patient came to me with a case like mine and they said, look, I want to fix my shit, would you do it? Knowing full well all the risks and stuff, I would be like that as well. I think I'd be, look, you have to understand that the risks are there, you have to know about them, and if everything goes back to what it used to be, you can't come back to me crying saying like, what the fuck did you do, you know? I think they're once again trying to defend themselves, trying to protect themselves, trying to future-proof themselves, and it's good, but it has such a weird impact on me. It has had. I'm really like, I can't sleep these days, I'm like stressing over it so much. And I will be seeing 2 more surgeons next Thursday and the Thursday after, and I want to see what they say. I have a gut feeling that at the end of the day, I'll go with my last surgeon I've seen, Heliotis, I think. I don't know, I just have this feeling, but we shall see. But at the same time, you guys, I think I'm subconsciously trying to defer myself from having a surgery, because I'm not doing my best at like saving money for it, you know? I'm not doing my best at that, and it's really important for me to be able to do this because AXA won't cover it, unfortunately, so I have to do it out of pocket. So I'm not doing that, and I'm not. And you know that consultations cost as well. Like, every single consultation is £220 to £300, and I'm seeing 3 surgeons in a row. That's like almost £1,000 gone, and it's a lot of money, you know, it's a lot. It is messing with me a lot, the whole thing. I thought it would be a little bit more straightforward, but as I proceed with this journey, it just feels like it's getting more and more complicated, and I'm now at this groundbreaking point where I have to make a decision of what surgeon to go with and stuff. And I thought at this stage things would be a bit simpler, you know, when I finally get to meet the surgeons professionals face to face and hear their opinion on things, as opposed to trying to come up with a surgery movement type myself, you know, try to do research. I thought meeting with surgeons would make it easier because they'll just, you know, assess everything and propose treatment plans and stuff. And it's just so fucked at the moment. Like, is it the same for you guys? Like, what's going on? I don't understand why. Like, maybe it's not complicated at all. Maybe I'm just making it complicated. Maybe like the way I look at things makes it difficult for me to process this journey normally, you know. I don't get it. Like, how the fuck is it so all over the place? Millions of people have this surgery every fucking day around the world, and I don't know if anyone goes through the same thing. And you know what the most fucked up thing is? I don't know if you noticed, but I'm using a fisheye lens on my GoPro. A fisheye lens makes everything like more oval in the middle. It gives some shape to my face, so it's a little bit more pleasing, as I'm a bit more accepting of that video type towards myself. That's what I'm doing now. And you know, my main issue is the fact that maxilla is underdeveloped, making my face really shallow hair. So using the fisheye lens brings it a bit forward. When I'm not smiling, I look amazing. I look really good, and I really like the way I look. So I can understand all of you guys who look at me, who watch my videos and say like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? You look amazing. Like, what the fuck is all of this about? You shouldn't be doing this. But then my smile and my profile smile is like, I feel like I have to defend myself by like showing shit over and over again. Or maybe I'm just doing it for myself, you know, like I'm so confused at this stage. You know, maybe I do look fine. Maybe I just created this problem for myself and people around me, and this problem isn't there. Maybe everything is fine with me.
Hi guys, so it's been a couple of days. This is a highlight meeting with Timothy Lloyd. I remember at first I was really frustrated and angry and all of that stuff, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Because everything is like, everyone contradicts each other, and then there's always risks, and there's fucking all this new information coming through is really difficult to digest, and it really brought me down. I don't know, everything just seemed like a bad idea now, but at the same time I really am looking forward to seeing Luca Cascarini on Thursday, because it will be a different surgeon, different opinion again, and I'm really interested to see what he'll say about everything. Yeah, just see how things go then. By the way, you guys, forgot to say that first surgeon I saw said that the chance of relapse is high, blah blah blah, and because facial muscles are so expressive or some shit, he said the chance of relapse is high. And I was like, okay, so is there anything I can do to potentially prevent the relapse from happening? And his response was, you can just Botox your face so it's like it stays in place more. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? Okay, logically it makes sense. You Botox, you freeze your face from moving, right? But I would never, ever, even consider doing that. I'm only like 28 years old. I don't need to do that. It sounds like such a bad idea, especially after the freaking double jaw surgery. That's out of the fucking question for sure. I'm not botoxing my face or anything. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but he said I have a facial scoliosis, and therefore my symmetry doesn't stem from having an overgrown mandible or something. It's literally one side of my face is lower than the other. I thought that it stemmed from the mandible stuff, but I was wrong. It's literally my genetic skeletal composition. He said the good thing, and this is something that I don't always talk about, you know, the fact that it's not as simple as having some bones and some stuff. It's not like straightforward. Everything is connected on so many levels there, you know, and if you move one thing, everything else would be affected, and certain movements that you like to achieve surgically may be achieved at the cost of something else going entirely wrong. This is something that I don't think is talked about a lot, and people who want to fix asymmetry in most cases end up being disappointed because it's impossible to do that. It's a very complex procedure. When I thought that like rotating my mandible and cutting it down on this end so it kind of balances things out, it's such a simple idea, it seems, you know, it's so logical. However, in the actuality, it's not. He said you can't do that. By doing that, he said, I don't quite remember, but the bottom line of it was that that won't fix anything. In fact, it will make my TMJ way worse. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Luke Cascarini, and to be fair, I kind of have a feeling, I think I said it before, but I have a feeling that in the end I'll go with Dr. Heliotis. Though I haven't seen him, he's highly praised in jaw surgery community. He does a lot of procedures like that, and he takes care of the aesthetics a lot, so I'm looking forward to that. One really important thing, you guys, that I wanted to say that I think I forgot to say is that Dr. Tim Lloyd said that he usually operates on people whose movements are big, whose malocclusions are like super bad and exposed, and movements are straightforward. And what that means is that he doesn't usually do cases like mine where movements are subtle and the whole thing is super delicate. That was enough for me to know that I would not trust that person, and I think it's a good thing for both of us. I appreciate his honesty on that front. It's just something else to ask the following two surgeons I'll be seeing if they do operate on people whose case is very close to mine, whose movements are so small and subtle and relapse is high and all that. A lot of surgical planning needs to go into this. If you are seeing a surgeon and your case is mild, borderline mild as mine, this is a very important question to ask, I think. Hey guys, it is Wednesday the 16th and I have my second appointment with another jaw surgeon, well, first appointment with another jaw surgeon, Luke Cascarini, tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. He is one of the best, if not the best, TMJ specialist in the country apparently, and he also does jaw surgeries. I'd like to hear his opinion on whether or not a jaw surgery would fix my TMJ. Now, it is really annoying to me that the two surgeons that I kind of saw already used that blanket approach, blanket excuse of saying there is no literature that supports the idea that jaw surgery fixes TMJ, and they basically use this excuse to say that they would not recommend double jaw surgery to fix this. It doesn't make any sense in my mind. It just doesn't, because if I open my mouth, there's clicking, and that clicking is clearly related to muscle or joint or jawbone not being where it is supposed to be. The only solution that I see to this problem, to fixing this problem, is having a jaw surgery. When surgeons come back to me like that saying there's no evidence, and then I'm going to suggest the treatment of TMJ as a jaw surgery, I just can't accept it like that. I literally can't. Therefore, I'm really excited to go see the actual TMJ specialist to see what his thoughts on the matter are, and maybe, just maybe, he'll say exactly the same thing, but at least I feel like I'll trust his opinion a bit more because he's a specialist in this particular field. I still feel really defeated, not excited about anything anymore, and really frustrated. I still feel like I don't regret starting this process for sure, but I feel like I'm out of energy, like I've run out of energy. I'm like, you know, like the low battery on the phone mode. That's what I am at the moment, and I really need some good news on that front, because the longer I wait to get the plan sorted, the higher the chances are mistakes happening. For example, the surgeon I saw last week said that my teeth decompensation cannot and should not be completed, like 100% completed, because if they do that, he will not be able to make the jaw movements, surgical movements that he needs in order to achieve good results. So that communication between a surgeon, whichever surgeon I choose, and orthodontist needs to start the sooner the better, because I don't want to miss out on something really important. And I really do feel like I need some certainty. I know I keep saying it, but it's truly exhausting to be dealing with this and other things, you know.